But this would be probably the crown jewel in their achievements if they could get this win versus Cloud9.
Yeah, they've got their kind of like first tournament jitters out of the way, and I think this is where, I mean, Astral's proving it. He's really starting to shine and thrive, and we'll just have to see. Maybe he'll move up in the mechanics discussion for like everybody. He is versus someone else in my top 3, so maybe I have to look out. If Astral hits more flip resets than Gimmick, maybe I move him up.
Yeah. And I mean, just like the way he's been acting, like it seems like his confidence has, like, it has built up very quickly.
Oh, yeah. You can go through Twitter and just look at the highlights, and he's like in half of them.
It's like sometimes when people come in and they're new to the scene, they're new around everybody in this environment, they're a little bit, hesitant to throw themselves in there. But he has not been afraid whatsoever to just get in here, be himself, and show that confidence.
I mean, there's a few players who are like that in the history of Rocket League. Astral just coming in and immediately all eyes are on him, but partly because he has to fill Turbo Pulse's shoes, but also because of his play style. You can't ignore it. And I think Garrett can probably relate, to Astral's teammates, because you had Justin come in, and that was a really amazing pickup by you and Fireburner at the time. Great insight to see the potential, but also just seeing suddenly you've got this player who's getting everybody's attention and impressing on all fronts. Like, what's that like?
It's a lot of pressure for players like that. I think even to this day, Justin still feels that a little bit because even when we play, he pops off almost every time. It's a lot of pressure, and I think Astral will eventually get used to it. But I mean, Dig is a team for me that has a super high peak with this roster, but I feel like they could also have a low.
Yeah.
Because for me, there's no clear defensive third. Not that teams play that role anymore. But like
Cuxer was suggesting Yukio.
Yeah.
I think
Yukio used to play that role on flip side a little bit. So I think he's probably.
He did have a lot of saves when he played with Cuxer and Mystic.
Yeah. But like I said,
that was also back in a time when there was a lot of holes in their defense.
That's true. Yeah. I think they have a really high peak, though. I just think it'll take time.
Oh,
wow.
Well, Cloud9 almost letting in a pretty easy goal early on. That's one of the slowest plays from bot Astral that you're going to see all day, but still trying to be as sneaky as possible.
Yeah, earlier, Garrett, Justin's been on Not So Juicy Justin, and I see Turbo's tag is Big Juicy Turbo. Any comments?
I said I'm not doing that.
You're not going to see any Juicy Garretts at all?
No, they said I need to put my name lowercase for some reason, so I was like, fine, I'll do that. I don't know why, but yeah, I don't know what's going on there.
Well, it really worked.
And also, I wanted to go on record saying I actually, first goal coming up from Yukio. I'll save that till afterwards.
Yeah, Yukio's going to get a pretty easy goal here. I don't know where the defense was.
It looked like a double commit.
Yeah, slow rotation back. And that's something actually that Dignitas were able to capitalize a few times on against G2. Like, that's, I think, G2's biggest weakness today, just not having somebody come back in time to save those easy shots.
It's not the worst thing to double commit for like a pretty decent ball on the other half, even if you have someone back, but you don't want to double commit for a play that's not going to result in anything.
Yeah.
Questionable aerial. Everyone on Cloud9 was expecting a big boom, and they just kind of left it.
What did you think of Cloud9's play against you guys? Do you think they're playing close to their best at the moment, or do they look like there are weaknesses that could be exploited?
I think they weren't being as creative as they normally are against us. We started amping up the aggression, and they just went for some pretty standard passes that got read really easily. And I think I forget who said it, but after NRG beat them, somebody said, I think it was Justin, that he was reading some whiffs every now and then. It's like, oh, he doesn't have that. Oh, he doesn't have that.
Yeah, that was Justin.
He would just go. And that happened a few times in our set where it was obvious that somebody had just completely missed the ball. And that's not something you usually hear about Cloud9.
True, yeah.
Because when we were talking about, what makes the best, they said, oh, well, that response right here. Response from Torment. But what makes the best is just limiting mistakes. I heard, I think it was someone said, Garrett, they've seen you make 3 mistakes in all of their RLCS career.
That's not true.
Yeah. But we have that equalizer come in from Torment as we approach the halfway point in Game 1. And neither one of the goals, I would say, were incredibly stunning.
Yeah. I think both teams are pretty content with trying to keep the ball close and outplay each other. And it's really just been a few defensive mistakes from both teams. So if they clean those up, I mean, we'd be in for a potentially very flashy set.
Yukio trying to just keep that ball in for Panda and backing out.
Did you notice anything different about Cloud9 today, Garrett, when you played them? It was a pretty seemingly routine win for you, but although that's a matchup that you've usually won in, it's not quite as dominant as it was today, usually.
Yeah, no, not at all. I personally think they were super off when we played them. They just had a lot of whiffs, and it seemed like they had almost no passes at all. So I can't tell if it was just a communication, or if they're not feeling 100%, but I definitely think they weren't the normal Cloud9 you usually see.
But one... Ooh.
That looks
Oh,
really
wow.
Never mind.
Yeah. There they are.
This is solo play here from Squishy.
They've woken up.
I think he
That's
had a
a
flip
flip
reset.
reset.
didn't he?
Yeah.
baby.
Wow. Great finish as well off the bar. That's going to be definitely a wake-up call for Dignitas. Because if they had thought that they were going to get a Cloud9 who aren't playing at their best, then they are definitely going to be reconsidering after seeing that goal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was just a pass up off the backboard from Gimmick. It's something Dig was very strong against the G2 with earlier, was plays off the backboard. And now Cloud9's kind of doing that to them.
And that, the gauntlet has been thrown over to Astral.
Oh, it's an own
Wasn't
goal.
even
Astral getting this one off the crossbar, down off the defender.
Oh, wow. Who was it that got the own goal here? Looks like it might be Squishy. Or is it Gimmick? It's
It
hard to
looks
tell.
like Gimmick.
Well, they were kind of both just trying to get in the way of that. You can't really do anything. It's a nice pass in field, and Astral's always ready for anything. He likes to just give himself the approach that will cover the most potential bounces.
Good save there from Astral. And we were talking about it before. Johnny, you were talking about Rizzo when he was trying to defend the attacks from Rizzo, attacks from Astral. How Rizzo thinking that Astral's just going to give him some space, but no. And then the go-ahead goal from Squishy off the pass from Gimmick.
It's a good turn in the midfield from Squishy. He's getting boost and rotating back. He says, wait a minute, I'm closer than you, Torment. Just hang back. Gimmick hit me with the pass. And they catch Dignitas a little bit off guard. That split second really matters.
That's a good sign for Cloud9. Gimmick, he's him and Squishy both tons of assists in RLCS as well. Gimmick getting involved in the passing early in this game. That one for the go-ahead.
How important do you guys think it is when you're playing against someone like Astral to just assume that he's going to be chasing every high ball? Because I think Rizzo in their earlier series loss to Dignitas got in trouble a little bit thinking, oh, well, I'm closer to the ball than Astral, so he won't go. Wait a minute, he's going and he's at the ball already. Wish I went for that. And you have to just think ahead of time.
Yeah, you
He's
have to
going to go
respect
for
how fast
everything
he is,
that's
yeah.
in the air.
That's one of the guys you have to keep your eye on the entire series. When we were playing Dig, I think it was yesterday, I was looking at Astral the entire game.
And keep your comms focused on him as well. Like,
yeah,
if
sure.
you steal his boost, to let everybody know.
Just trying to kill time here. He's just wanting to drop the ball. I was kind of hoping he would just dribble in a circle there and go back towards the Cloud9
Run away.
That's so annoying when you're just losing a game and somebody carries the ball away on like 5 seconds left.
No, I need that.
You're like, no, come on, give me a chance. Keep it up. Rule 1.
Yeah, rule 1, the real rule 1.
I'm so old when it comes to the scene, and I don't even care about which rule 1 is correct or not. I'm over it.
Yeah.
You're the one who I learned the real rule 1 from.
I have a Reddit. I posted on Reddit a clip I got in unranked with Kia, and I said this is rule 1 or whatever like that. This was dumb 0-second goal.
yeah.
It was like 3 years ago. I remember I was watching your stream, and I was like gold or something. And I remember you were explaining what rule 1 was, and that's what it's always been in my head.
Well, yeah. I can't remember who branded the new rule 1.
It was Reddit.
It just
Reddit?
the
I think it was
community.
just
it just
a
kind of
Reddit.
happened over time, and it just got more popular.
So
Naivety.
we're gonna have to have a civil war about that. It's gonna come to a head at some
Rocket
point.
League Civil War.
And speaking about other things that I was speaking about going to war over, is I actually like the new NRG logo.
Oh,
I
yeah?
do. I actually think it's clean. I like it.
I'm
And
like
you put it on paper next to the old one. It is a clear improvement.
Oh,
You
yeah?
can't, in my opinion, you can't argue
You
it.
said it reminded you of
Like the old '80s movies, Terminator. Like it's
That's
sometimes the
a lot
things
of
that are
people's problem
retro.
with it.
The things that are retro come back in style. I think that's what the NRG logo is. But enough of that. We'll stick to what's in
I'm
front
not
of us.
going to argue about that. I'm not going to argue that on broadcast. That was a nice little manual flip there
Yeah, I didn't know
from
if
Squishy.
he was gonna like land it with a wave dash still, or if you just felt like it.
Did you see the guy the other day? Oh, we've got a quick pause here. Did you see the new mechanic the other day where somebody
Bounced
delayed
off
their
the wall?
flip? Not this one.
It's
So
the
somebody
Sonic
like
flip.
delayed their dodge and they air rolled forward by accident just a little bit. And you know when you air roll forward and you forget to double jump immediately and then you flip and you're going to finish your flip a little bit leaning forward? The nose of his car hit the ground, and then as the car was leveling out, all four wheels touch the ground, front wheels come up, and he can wave dash on the landing.
So it's
you go
basically
from
2
0
jumps.
to supersonic.
That's
with
another thing.
one flip.
Probably never learned.
Yeah.
Well, I was testing it a lot, and because somebody asked me, they were like, "Hey, is this actually a cool thing?" And I tried it for a while. And I was like, "Well, if you mess it up, you do a 180 on accident
Oh,
because
so
you have to
really
land
bad.
on only like 2 wheels. You got to
Yeah.
land off center. So
You have
if
to
mess it
land
up at all,
wheelie.
it's bad. And instead of doing a big flip and messing it up, just wave dash at the start. Just do 2 or
Yeah.
a wave dash and the flip after, and it's just as fast.
Is it just as fast? Because in the wave dash first method, you have to wait until you land. You jump and then you have to wait to come down before you can start. But the other one, you just go.
You
You just
land
jump
immediately.
flip.
If you have 0 momentum and 0 boost, and you think you're gonna be pretty confident with it, then I think it's probably better. But it's so niche that I don't
It's
know.
a
I don't think
tiny
I'll ever
advantage.
implement it. Yeah.
We'll see. I still remember when Wave Dash just came out and people are thinking, yeah, it's cool, but I don't think it'll get used very much. And now
That was
every
me.
single
Yeah,
landing,
that was me.
Wave Dash.
I was like, and then Jacob started doing it on his kickoff.
Oh,
and I
yeah.
was like, what in the world is this? And then here I am doing it. So
So we'll see if that's how the game evolves.
I mean,
but-
right now there seems to be no limit to the Rocket League skill ceiling.
I mean, that's always the question: is what's going to be the next thing, right? Like when flip resets, we're like, oh, that's cute, but
How viable is that really?
It's
Come
stalling
on.
is the next thing. Stalling is the new
Oh,
wave.
yeah.
You'll see somebody hit a quad flip reset in 2
Yeah, by
RLCSs.
stalling into the ball.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
the problem with
That
this
will.
is how slow it is. The setup time is just going to give people
I feel like you just
a chance
dive.
to challenge.
One person dives and then
Exactly.
it's over. Like,
Yeah, these like freestyler moves that take 10 years. Like when people just start air dribbling with unlimited boost for 30 minutes. Like obviously you can't do that because of boost, but even if you could, it wouldn't work 'cause people would just ball chase.
I don't know. Did you see the flip reset we got earlier? Like some people just panic on the stage, and it doesn't matter what you do.
I mean, I think flip resets, out of all the ways to attack in Rocket League, are probably the one that forces the most panic from the other team. Everybody sees flip reset, especially on LAN, and they just immediately start flopping around. Like when the Wonder Goal finished off the bricks, they just watched it bounce in because they were all thinking about the flip reset.
yeah. And there was also another Justin play where he was right in front of net, and he went he was in a situation where he could have gone for double tap, he could have gone for flip reset or shot, and his flip reset just drove it right into the backboard, plopped it out in front of net, and it was an easy goal.
Yeah.
So it's
The
just
options.
yeah, tons of options.
Oh, this is
Oh,
nice
sneaks in.
transfer.
Oh, the bar.
Cloud9
The bar got
surely-
them the gold. They
There
should
it
get an
is.
assist for that.
The bar should get the assist.
Well, because I think the defender had this
Yeah.
if it didn't hit the
Yeah,
bar,
yeah,
but
potentially.
he wasn't ready for that to happen.
And again, it's gimmick. It's gimmick and squishy, and this is a good sign for Cloud9 and Cloud9 fans. When you've got gimmick connecting with squishy on these shots, and even the shot that squishy hit last game with that flip reset off the backboard.
I mean, it's looking
good sign.
a little bit ahead, perhaps, but oh,
that's unlucky.
wow. You know, if Cloud9 do go through this as people are mostly expecting, do they beat Frontline later? Who would Frontline rather play out of these two?
I
do you
think Frontline would rather play Dig. Cloud9's one of those teams that I knew they weren't out when we beat them because the more they play, the better they get. So Cloud9, even for my sake, if I play them in the grand final, that's honestly my most scary rematch.
Oh, you'd rather not play Cloud9?
I'd rather not play Cloud9.
Yeah, and actually, I had a chance to talk with Astral a little bit. He asked me like, how did Cloud9 play against you guys? And I said, they weren't playing that great. And he's like, oh, good. I hope I play them so we can win.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Actually,
so-
no. He wanted to play against Squishy. Yeah, that's what he said.
Well, to me, he said he wants to play them because he thinks they can win.
He wants to show off that he's superior mechanically. And so far, that hasn't really worked out too well.
And he's got his wish.
Yeah,
But-
so far Squishy's got the only flip reset.
Yeah, we were talking about Gimmick and Astral before, but Squishy's been the highlight. I think Squishy saying that Gimmick is the superior mechanical player is just partly because he's you know, humble guy when talking about his teammates and how much they carry him. I mean, when you ask every Rocket League player how they're playing, they're apparently all in a slump 24/7.
Yeah.
Justin.
Everybody's permanently
I'm gonna
slumping. It looks like somebody in defense here was definitely slumping for Dignitas in this play.
All the way from the
Yeah.
corner.
Oh,
Yeah,
just jumped too
Panda
early.
just, and that kind of goal hurts.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, it's the 2-goal swing, but still less than a minute left. They haven't really shown much promise.
And that could have been a possession too if he realized that there really wasn't anybody up for that. He had a lot of time. I'm used to seeing Panda this whole tournament.
Ooh, that's good.
Just collect the ball off of stuff like that, or collect the ball, dribble it downfield, bait one guy, flick the second one, and we just really haven't gotten much of that quite yet. Partly because of Cloud9's clears.
They have been doing well, just making sure that Azrael doesn't get too much space to do what he does best. That's, I think, why we haven't seen too much of him. Azrael hasn't even had chances to do anything fancy.
It's a great dodge by Astro to hide inside the post
Oh,
there
I
so
love
he doesn't
that
get
position.
bumped. Otherwise, that was a goal.
Yeah.
The reset that
Oh,
didn't
no
look
flip.
like he got it.
It's hard to get bumped in that near post position, and you have great vision now that there's transparent goalposts.
That used to be a thing.
Oh,
non-transparent.
Oh, no way!
The bar again.
That is brutal. Just an all-around really painful game for Dignitas. One goal to put Cloud9 2-0 up that really shouldn't be happening, and now the crossbar denies them any chance of coming back.
And it's always tough on those bounces too when it's hitting the crossbar, because you don't know if it's going to go straight down and out or if it's going to come back a little bit, or even it's really hard to read those ones. It's almost impossible to read them perfectly every single time. And that was the worst bounce that he could have got.
Yeah, no,
in
and
that
if he
situation.
waits for that bounce and it bounces down really hard like that, it could just bounce over the net
Yeah,
again.
you
before
lose
he
your
can get up.
opportunity.
Right,
Yeah.
so you have to just
You have to go
trust
for it.
yourself to get the read, and it can be really hard.
Yeah. So Squishy getting both goals again, really the spearhead of the Cloud9 attack.
Yeah, it's been supported by strong challenges from Gimmick in the midfield and in the air. I think Cloud9's had a lot of boost control this game, and that's allowed them to kind of shut down Astral for a lot of these big plays. Astral had a few chances, like alone in the air, but not for long. Somebody would go up on backboard. They would challenge him just in time, right before it got a little too sketchy. So Dig is they're gonna have to find some way to get the ball to Astral in a bit more of a safer spot where he has more space.
And it's like same problems as they've had all weekend long. Defense just doesn't have anybody ready to actually drive forward at the ball when it's coming in to their box. I think Astral in the first goal was just off the goal line a little bit. It goes over his head one way, over his head the other way, and he's just underneath it doing a whole lot of nothing. If he's in the goal, maybe he can just drive into that ball. And I really do wonder why he doesn't spend more time actually in that goal. He did it once, and you pointed it out.
Yeah.
Such a strong position for him to be in the back of the goal line, safe from demos, bumps, and he can see so much better from that position if the ball does go overhead.
And Panda, long history of setting his team up for goals. He's got both Yukio and Astral excellent shooters. See if he can get some strong bounce passes into the middle to set up some quality shots.
It's going to be a tough one. I mean, we said the common score these days for Cloud9 versus Dignitas is just 4-1 Cloud9, and it's looking like that could very well be happening again. Dignitas have
Oh,
defensive
is that an
issues.
own goal?
Oh,
Was that an own goal?
It looked
had a
it looked
blue
like it was a
trail.
pinch.
Panda
So
did
Panda was low
something
on
here.
boost.
he
You
did
can see
well
him just
to
popping over
do
everybody.
as much as he could. Just
and then the
keep
pinch
dodging.
right here.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's unlucky.
Yeah, Torment maybe just not expecting one more dodge into the ball. Didn't get high enough on the defensive position.
I mean, if you're Panda, you've got no boost. You have to just keep going. For
Oh,
it.
yeah.
You can't really do anything. You can't really recover
Yeah.
real fast.
Best, yeah. I would love to see now that Dig have the early lead for them to, like you said, sit back more, face the ball, be ready for Cloud9 to come at them, and then just try to get a strong counterattack, or maybe Cloud9 overcommits, like Squishy and Gimmick try too hard on offense, and Astral gets like a 1v1 air dribble with Torment or something like that.
Yeah, I think Dig's best chance in the series is going to be on the counterattack. They need to play really controlled, in my opinion, and let them overcommit and then attack, because Torment, and especially Gimmick, like I think Gimmick's goal line saves are compared to nobody. Like I don't know how he gets
They're
some of the
right up
saves
there
he
with
does.
Chaussets, I think.
Yeah, true. Lately, Chaussets been doing that as well. But even in scrims, sometimes I'm just like, what is
I
Gimmick
guess we're not
taking?
scoring this game. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think Dig really just needs to wait for an overcommit and play a little bit faster. I feel like on defense they're kind of just chilling a little bit too much and giving Squishy a lot of space in the midfield.
They've got a good bit without conceding here. That's got to be helpful for their confidence. Nice speed into the air by Yukio. So far the touches to the side have been keeping Cloud9 back. They're not getting those easy continuations from centers. Hando with a goal.
They caught Cloud9 just a little too antsy. Gimmick goes up really early.
Of course,
to
he's
stop the counter
spinning the entire time.
And he just needed to get that ball further over to the side of the wall. You saw him trying to get it to his teammate, but not the hit that he wanted, and it just set the ball up on a tee for Panda. And sometimes that's tough when your teammate's over on the side. You know you have to hit it to him. Your teammate's positioned for it. If you don't make that hit, then you're kind of out of luck because your teammate is out of position if you don't make the pass to him.
Right. Yeah. And especially if it's a bad pass, but it's still good enough where your teammate thinks he can go.
Yes.
And
that's the worst.
And then they go, and it's just like, oh no, we're both not smart again.
And this is exactly what Garrett. This is exactly what you pointed out.
Yep.
You know, and Johnny as well. You guys were talking about bringing him in, get him in close, and then boom, counterattack on the overcommit. And again, it wasn't the greatest hit from Squishy. He was probably hoping somebody was in the middle, but there was no one.
Boost in mid.
It's always risky to do an infield pass to your third man when it's as telegraphed as this. It was also kind of just like a snatching hit, to which he's thinking, well, I might as well hit this. I don't really want to let it go past me. Ooh, okay, maybe I shouldn't have hit that.
Yeah, Cloud9 is one of those teams when they get on offense, they want to score, and they always commit for that passing play. So Dig was really good there to get the counter attack and just wait.
I know Panda in his first segment passing after the Vitality win, when they beat them in the first series of the tournament, they said that that's something they tried to do, bait them in, because they want them to come forward as Vitality are so good in defense once they're actually in there and positioned well.
And this is another example, even on this goal, it hasn't been Dignitas passing to each other. It has been Cloud9 making a touch that is setting up Dignitas for a shot on net. So Cloud9, a little bit out of form, but Dignitas making the most out of every chance. And we've seen Cloud9 even do this already, where I think they got Braziled by the bricks.
The game gets out of hand all of a sudden.
They just kind of let it happen.
Yeah, they're trying to come back. They want to score some goals, give themselves a chance to come back in this game, and sometimes that results in you conceding more.
Yeah, you know, you take that risk, and if you don't score, you say, oh, okay, the game's a wash.
Yeah.
We'll talk about the next one, you know, don't worry about it. And if you happen to start getting some goals, you can say, okay, well, let's play all the way up to 0 seconds and see if we can tie this up.
Yeah.
But Dig are holding strong, and they're just playing really solid. They're not trying to do too much. You know, nobody's really flexing their mechanics. It's just all about their positioning and all about where they're hitting the ball, and especially hitting the ball if the net's open.
They've done some really clinical finishing.
Right.
Which isn't always a thing that you see. Even at the highest level of Rocket League, open nets just getting missed left, right, and center. And not this game. Dignitas scoring all 4.
And we're approaching the final minute. Dignitas looking to get on the board in terms of the series. Right now, 2-0 in favor of Cloud9. Heavily in favor of Cloud9 before this game. Squishy really looking phenomenal, but this game, Cloud9 just couldn't get their footing. Dignitas pouncing on every single mistake and converting.
Is this what we call a swing game?
I believe so.
Could be similar to the Frontline G2 series
I
from earlier
said
today.
something else. Fort is what I
Fort
Fortline.
Yeah, Frontline, they were 2-0 down in games against G2, then they got 1, then G2 got 1, and then Frontline got 3. So we're on the same script so far. Somebody probably go check that we gave them the right one upstairs. This is going to definitely be a win for Dignitas. So still also on track for the 4-1 that we're used to seeing in this matchup.
We'll see which script they use, the A script or the B script. You know?
Indeed, yeah.
Just a formality here, and Violent Panda will let that touch Dignitas with a shutout.
After watching games 1 and 2, I wouldn't have expected a 4-0 shutout in this game, especially as clean as it was. This was just, well, I don't know if it was
clean
the cleanliness from
Dignitas.
Dignitas or if it was the slight messiness of Cloud9's touches, or both.
Yeah, Cloud9 made a big mess, and then Dignitas cleaned it up.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think 3 out of the 4 goals were off of Cloud9 touches into the middle. Like one was the low squishy pass all the way in front of Dignitas's net. Then Gimmick had the play where he accidentally, he just tapped it up in the air, and that was finished off. He was trying to pass it over to a teammate. I believe there was one more as well.
We also had Violent Panda ball chasing.
Yeah, that
very
one, the
effective.
pinch.
The mind control.
So we'll get another look here. You see this one, squishy to the middle, long range shot.
You can't really plan this. Like some of the advantage of an infield pass is when you can tell your team, okay,
and that one,
I'm middle or I'm getting put at middle. But that was sort of just, okay, I can flip into the ball. I've done it. Okay, maybe I shouldn't have done that because there's no planning.
Yeah, and everyone has those, right? Where you're trying to go for the pass or you take the shot. The worst feeling, and I do this all the time, is you go to take the shot. It's not a great shot, and it ended up being a bounce pass to the last guy in net, so he could just boom it down.
Yeah,
and your teammate's just sitting there like, I'm open.
Yeah. And worst case scenario, yes. Sometimes I might be the only one up, but that feels bad when you just set up that counterattack like that. So Cloud9.
The worst feeling though is when you hit the worst pass of your life, but then since your teammate is of the belief that everything in 2v2, let's say, needs to be a passing goal, he'll just go for it anyway.
No.
Please, why aren't you passing to me?
The gimmick changed to the.
He did. Fennec.
The Fennec.
Is that the first time we've seen him not playing the Dominus?
I can't remember the last
at this
time.
event.
He's been using it at home a lot.
And we just saw
like
Squishy and Yukio both miss.
It's a nice little delayed shot there by Azrael. Got a great hitbox on it. I think that's going to pick up where they left off.
That was happening with Yukio and Squishy both missing. That was happening in our series against Cloud9. If I was against Squishy in the air, sometimes we would both whiff. Like we both would think, oh, he's fast.
He's going to hit it.
Oh, he's first.
Yeah.
I'm going to go
He's
dunk
first.
him. And you both go to dunk each other, and you just go over or under the ball. And then everyone else is like, what are they doing?
Yeah, and then your teammate who's expecting a 50-50 then has to deal with the raw bounce off the corner. He's not in position.
Well, one man definitely didn't switch off the Dominus yet, and that is Bot Azrael. He's been pretty quiet so far. This is the matchup he wanted, but he's not really been able to do as much as I'm sure he was hoping to do.
He hasn't been a bot necessarily, but he's been he hasn't been insane, but he's been good enough.
Yeah,
I think.
I would say Dignitas, it's good that they're converting those opportunities, right? But and we did see some good goals from Squishy before this, but it hasn't been crazy fast passing plays or creative passing plays. That one, a creative shot, almost getting it.
And he got it clear too, clear of the net.
Yeah,
if he hadn't
brilliant
gotten
touch.
it outside the post, Gimmick would have finished that.
But this probably isn't how Dignitas would prefer to be winning. Obviously,
this might be how they'd rather win.
But surely they want to be forcing misplays. I don't know if that's something that you can speak to, Garrett. Like getting wins where your opponent's just going to throw or don't play very well. Is that as satisfying as a game where you're just making out plays?
A win's a win for me.
For you?
I know Justin likes to pop off and stuff.
Yeah.
But I mean, if I'm winning, if I'm getting 50 points a game, I don't
care. Squishy. And we were talking about style and creativity. Squishy off this center, getting a double tap, chasing this ball down.
Wow. Straight away, he's turning towards that before even seeing really if it's going to hit the bar and go down, bar and straight back, or just goes indirectly.
He didn't have a whole lot of time to read the bounce. Torment's pass off the wall had to be super fast because he had Panda reading that pass, and Torment passed it so quickly that Panda couldn't make it, and Squishy was just doing his best to recover from having the ball hit him.
Yeah. Squishy's been putting up some really good solo plays in this game. I mean, he's been facilitated well by Torment and Gimmick, but there's still so much to do once the ball reaches him that I'd still call it a solo play.
I mean, it's heavy lifting, right? It's if someone else receives the same pass, the likelihood of them scoring isn't as great as when Squishy is making those moves.
So Squishy's doing the lifting and Torment's just spotting him?
Yeah, pretty much. Gimmick as well. Past the halfway point.
Really do think this is a must-win game for Dig because they have such a bad record against Cloud9 recently. Cloud9, known as the most consistent of the top Rocket League teams, really don't want to put them on match point this early in a best of 7.
Oh, double?
Oh.
Good breakup from Gimmick.
Another pass though.
Center. Oh.
Wow.
That's a great time to pass to your third
Perfect.
man.
Yeah, they can actually communicate this one, so it's so much better. Yukio can move in knowing that it's coming.
Yeah, and this is something Astral's actually been doing all tournament long. We talk about so much about his shooting and his crazy ability to get flip resets and so on and so forth. But he has been doing this all tournament long. You go back and look, Astral's setting up his teammates with these great passes. And it feels like these super mechanical players also tend to be the best passers. Like Jacob, who's crazy. He was the clutch playmaker so many times. Gimmick always setting up Squishy. And now Torment getting the equalizer.
Yeah, well, I wondered where the people on net went.
See, it was a
like
50-50.
Astro's
Oh,
just
Astro's
he's out of
on
net
the
again. He's
wall.
on the
Astro's
wall.
on the
Dude, man.
And we've had
Get in the goal.
that's also something we've been critical about.
That's the most
with
Astral
him.
defensive position I've ever seen. He's just being a chameleon in the near post. He's trying to blend in. He's like,
that-
maybe they won't see me.
It's goal hunger. You know, it's goal hunger because you're so eager to start the counterattack that
here
you
we
get
go.
out of position.
Oh, that's just like Astral's defense in a nutshell. I don't know. We didn't see any of this when he was playing with Chaussette and Farah in the crew battles. But
Maybe
for some
it's a
reason, when the
comps thing.
pressure's on in the main tournament, he just can't sit in goal. He doesn't want to do it.
He's like a ghost in there or something.
I mean,
Oh.
it's
It's
just,
just that he never goes in goal. He doesn't do it.
maybe it's just antsy. You know, he really just wants to score, ready to start.
He needs to set up some training packs where there isn't even a ball. It's just like he just has to drive into
Just
the goal.
sits in the net.
Every shot is just different positions that you have to drive into the goal from. He'd be like twice as good of a player. Oh, I'm gonna say I'm liking the gimmick Fennec so far. I think that's just because I like the Fennec though.
I do like the Fennec. I like all the people that are playing Fennec and how they're playing. I don't personally think I'll ever use it in like an official match, but I think it's a solid choice.
And off the backboard, a read from Yukio. He was the one who scored off that pass from Astral this time, following his own ball
I don't know
downfield.
if Gimmick had
Great
boost or not.
hit.
It may
Wow.
have been low.
Like the initial hit there, being straight over Gimmick's head, is exactly what Yukio needs. But still, to get there as quickly as he did was well played.
Yeah, he read the bounce down and out immediately. Just didn't hesitate, just went. And the timing for that couldn't have been better. You know, it looked like this is a very important game. Could have gone to a long OT, and now they've got the lead, and Cloud9 need to make a move really soon because they could be up 3-1, and not many of the teams at this event have been good at coming back from, you know, basically 3-1.
It's just frontline, really. And I mean, the frontline G2 series always goes to the final game.
That was to be expected. You know?
Yeah.
That was that was in the script. Oh, it's still up. Oh.
Oh,
There
if
it
we
is.
got that. If
Gee.
we got that flick, that could have been bad. for
Yeah, I mean,
Dignitas.
we saw even earlier in the frontline series that play. Or no, I think it was against you guys with the
0
0-second goal.
Yeah.
It's,
Yep.
you can't
The
Farah.
Farah.
Yeah, the Farah, the Airbus.
Much excitement was heard throughout the venue when Farah came in for the huge tie game.
That was interesting.
Looking forward
That
for
was
some more
interesting.
Farah
It's just
memes
it's
later.
0 seconds. It's never safe. It's why it's a sigh of relief every time that ball hits the ground in a 1-goal game. But Dignitas, led by Yukio,
Deadly.
Astral working together. I loved the passing play from Astral. I think that was fantastic. And then the goal to secure the win from Yukio, getting that double tap, not even a ton of boost to work with. They had to be perfect on the timing, had to be fast. There's a lot of room to mess that up, like you were saying, Crow. It's tough to get that play done quickly, clean, get the goal.
They're being very precise with each other, which I think that indicates very clean communication from them. They're really all on the same page, and the series is tied 2-2. I think Dig have finally warmed up to Cloud9. They understand what they need to do. They understand their objectives, and it's on Cloud9 to kind of adjust a little bit right now if they want to keep pushing for the series win. But I mean, Dig have looked good in the lower bracket, and they're so far not slipping up.
Yeah, and I mean, Garrett, maybe you can tell us a little bit about this. Justin, he's a big part of your guys' offense, and when he's quiet, like right now, Gimmick is someone that really needs to, on Cloud9, be part of that scoring solution. Right now, it's only been Squishy. How do you get a player involved? What is the adjustment you make?
Oh my! Okay,
And
sorry.
that was scary.
That was scary.
Oh!
I don't know.
She's
Oh,
making
it's a
plays,
pass,
though.
It's
Oh.
still not out.
Okay, well, Torment's always saving them.
But if you're Cloud9 and you're trying to get Gimmick involved on the offensive end and getting some scoring opportunities, what do you do?
Well,
You just
Look
had
at
to
that.
score.
There we go. I don't
you
even
go.
need to say anything. There you go.
Let's get him back in the Dominus.
So you just have Torment win a challenge off the wall and have Yukio miss.
No, yeah. No, I was just about to say he needs to wait for his opportunities. Obviously, Gimmick has a really good mindset about the game. But if you're not getting those opportunities, I was going to say that for Astral as well. It's really important for those type of players to be able to flip a switch and just be a consistent, solid player.
Oh, that almost
Never
didn't
mind.
go in.
Oh, it was that Gimmick who whiffed this.
Well, I mean,
It was fast off the wall.
it's not his fault, right? If you're going for kickoff, there's very few things that you don't want to have happen.
It's definitely
and that is-
preventable for that to happen. Yeah.
So that is a loss on the person. I think it was Squishy who was going for the kickoff.
I don't know. I would still say that was definitely Gimmick's fault. Oh,
Oh,
it's
wait.
fine though.
Oh,
They're both
what is
gonna
this?
say, what is going on?
This looks like a show
Oh
match
my
on your stream.
days.
Big foot, bud.
I would like 100%.
So
call
it was
this.
okay. Who was that? Who was that for Dignitas? They were just
Yukio-
late.
Oh,
he
Yukio.
thought
They were
he
late.
he thought he could get the touch without having to like jump off the ground, just drive up the wall and clip it. But he was a bit too late, so it's just gonna bounce in.
Sometimes if you try to go up the wall too quickly and flip off of it, you actually
get stuck.
You get
right?
stuck to
Yeah,
the
you're
wall. So
jumping,
there's a chance he got
nothing
stuck
happens.
too, and he wanted
That's
to
the
jump.
worst feeling in the
Oh,
world.
man.
Because no one else knows either.
Yeah, you're on
just
columns
like
where you're just
jumping.
You look like a fool just
The
walking.
wall ate my
walking
jump,
up the
guys.
wall.
I swear I'm not
Oh
dead.
yeah.
Convincing your teammates you're not
Yeah.
just throwing the game. Yeah.
You just drive right past the ball. I'm pretty sure that's what just happened, but yeah, these kickoffs are pretty volatile, so can happen. That's when two players are really trying to win the kickoff, they're hitting it so hard from both sides, it's bound to fly off quickly in some direction. But the one thing that did happen that's definitely preventable is the bounce is going up. If you can hit the ball a bit higher on the hitbox, as Garrett knows now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it seemed like after
Keep it
you
nice
guys
and low.
you guys really got burned, and we'll see another. Oh, what a save from Gimmick, but not enough.
Astra's just going to go straight through the smoke and put it in. This is a very interesting game, I must say.
But I like that pass from Panda
Oh.
to even set up the shot. That pass from Panda started that attack. Yukio getting the assist there, but Panda's back pass, wonderful. But what I was saying,
All right, here comes another kickoff goal, so let's wait and see. Oh, not quite.
not
Okay,
this time.
okay,
well,
James, back
still
to you.
not yet. I mean, I'm still waiting to see how this plays out. But at the World, that was all off kickoff
that was
pressure.
basically a
That was all off
kickoff.
kickoff pressure. So yeah, right off the kickoff, it was a good kickoff for Dignitas. It goes back left, and then that
Great
again,
pass.
great pass from Panda. And that's what I was wanting to see from him.
I feel like Gimmick should probably catch that on the back wall because he doesn't have enough momentum to get the ball to go over anybody.
Or at least flip it into the corner or
Yeah,
something.
keep it close
roll it
to
on
the
that
wall.
wall.
All right, can I say what I was going to say yet?
Yeah.
Is it safe?
Go ahead.
I'm still going to wait. Just one more
Just in case
play.
there's
Okay, there we go.
another kickoff
So at the World Championship, it seemed like kickoffs really burned you guys.
Versatility.
Incredibly bad.
Yeah.
And afterwards at Valencia, it seemed like Fireburner especially, like you guys had worked on your kickoffs to make
Yeah.
sure that wouldn't happen again. So how do you prevent that? How do you prevent bad kickoffs?
Honestly, just as our team had no ones experience, I think that was the biggest problem. I mean, Johnny, I even played a ones
Yeah.
game on Johnny's stream, and even now my kickoffs aren't amazing, but I think I know a little bit more now to at least get safe kickoffs and threes. But they just had such a good strat with killing the ball and having a really close cheat. Against other teams, we would have to kind of cheat further back, so they killed the ball almost at least 90% of the time and instantly got pressure off of it.
And
It's
it-
just something you have to watch in replays really and get it down.
And you just get a feel for it. Like it is it is a specific skill set in the game, and with Vitality, every single player having a lot of experience in ones, especially Scrub and Fairy.
Yeah, their kickoffs are so hard
You
to
just
count.
have a different feel for it because they've had so many reps.
I mean, against Vitality, of course, you don't want to try and take them on at their own game. They're going to be really good at winning the kickoff and killing the kickoff, but they're maybe going to have a harder time stopping you from playing the possession strat, playing it into your back corner.
Yeah, and that was the thing versus PSG. We figured out how to kill the ball versus Vitality, and that ended up working for us. But when PSG was going back left and back right,
Yeah,
we
suddenly
couldn't
you're
counter
just
it.
getting so much
Yeah,
pressure against
exactly.
you. So it's kind of like rock, paper, scissors. You just have to see what is the other team doing and try and be one step ahead.
Yeah, you have to change it throughout the series for sure.
Yeah,
So
bring
we'll
in the
see.
fakes. Disappointed that we don't get to see whatever kickoff strat it was G2 we're talking about. Apparently Chicago's got a secret one. I don't think we saw it this weekend.
And Gimmick getting that equalizer. Squishy had the ceiling shot that resulted in the rebound for Gimmick.
Yeah, we asked for more gimmick, and we're getting more gimmick.
Yeah, it's a good sign for Cloud9. But this still has been an interesting game, I would say. The kickoff goals, not something you see happen back-to-back like that very often.
Not so easily, at least.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
these
he's-
passes,
classic.
though.
I just got deja
This
vu
is just
watching
unreal.
that.
This
Yeah.
is exactly like the OG Dignitas.
It is.
Look at that back post lurking
Right
by
here,
Panda.
boom.
They have probably got no idea he's even there. If you're in goal and you have ball cam on, you can't even see Panda. You probably like half think he's rotated out by now.
You gotta use the quietest engine noise and don't boost.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
like creep up there. That way nobody can even hear you.
And it really is. It does remind you, like you were saying, Johnny, of the Dignitas of old. It always seemed like the infield passing plays were their bread and butter. And this time it was Yukio setting up Panda. We saw Astral do it for Yukio before. So Dignitas in a good place.
I'm starting to wonder if this, the gimmick, the turnaround of gimmick, the fact that he's now scoring goals, maybe somebody just went in there and clipped his fringe up. Did you guys see that meme from the World Championships where his fringe is hanging so low?
Oh,
for his hair,
yeah.
What gimmick sees is like they're the bottom half of the monitor.
He's got to get a hairband.
I actually did. I saw that and I didn't get it at first. it actually took me 5 minutes. I was like,
Oh, you're
Someone
kidding
explain
me.
this to me. Read the comments. What does this mean?
I thought that was brilliant. It got a lot of likes.
I
Nice
felt
little
really dumb
farming.
after I realized.
Let's wait for Meme Monday. I'm sure there's going to be quite a lot from
From
this
this?
Oh
weekend.
no, this
Gold mine.
This is good.
I already
Monday.
I already saw the format that with Leaf
man,
and you.
me. I was just like, I think I was trying to get something out of my tooth, and so I'm pulling a weird face, and I looked at the camera to see if it was on, and then Leaf is, of course, just being Leaf.
Yeah, this is weird.
Melting into the chair for who knows what reason.
So 0-second play.
This is going to be a Dignitas lead.
Tapped up by
3
Gimmick,
games in
and
a
there we have
row.
it.
Wow, that is surprising.
The infield
Consistency.
passes are giving them a streak.
This was really the first game for me where Dignitas was impressing me with them beating Cloud9.
Oh, those passes were
Yeah,
nasty.
the passes just gorgeous, and they were coming from everyone.
Mhm.
Yukio, Astral, Panda, everyone really
They're all
having
getting
some great
involved, yeah.
passes. Yeah, and that is next level. And you look at the shots. Oh my,
They all had 6 shots this game, Cloud9.
that's 8 on
Only
the top.
5 between them, none for Torment, 1 for Squishy.
14 saves for Cloud9.
They're being like just completely boxed in.
Oh my
This
gosh!
is-
I thought the replay was the next game. I was like, what just happened?
They're like already a goal.
Oh, it's already 2-1,
Yeah.
guys. That was quick.
Oh.
No, don't worry, Garrett. We're just going to get into that one soon. But this is looking very much like the Dignitas that started off the tournament against Vitality. They were just in offense non-stop, kind of playing that G2 strategy where they just try and intercept everything in the midfield. They don't want to rotate back at all.
And that'll work if you execute it properly.
Mm.
And I think everyone on Dig is playing well enough to actually execute that. And it'll be up to Cloud9 to shut them down. Maybe start trying to read those infield passes a bit and just shoot the ball on net because they have passed to their third man once or twice.
A lot, yeah. They're going for so many passes where if you do get an interception as Cloud9, you're probably just scoring if you can hit the open net because there's no way that somebody's going to get back in time.
Yeah, I really want to see them cut to the midfield a little bit sooner when Dig are attacking because there's always the option that Dig just takes the shot on the first bounce and you get caught off guard by it, but they haven't tried that a single time when they've had the option open in the midfield.
And one of the things I really enjoy watching about Cloud9 is Torment setting up those just quick counterattacks where he puts a perfect clear or perfect pass over to his teammates who can just blast it into the net. We saw him and Squishy connecting on an 84-mile-an-hour play just to clear off the backboard bounce pass. I want to see more of that from Torment and Gimmick and Squishy upfield.
Yeah, the best C9 is especially when Torment's getting involved in offense. I think that's when they do their best. And every time they win a tournament, it seems like Torment is just killing it on offense.
It's like very consistent striker, although not as flashy, definitely as effective.
I think his passes off of a shot from third man are also really good. He'll be the third man. He'll be uncontested. He goes for a shot, and everyone in goal pre-jumps, but he just hits it just off the post a little bit. And
That's K-Dot too.
Yeah, someone else comes in and just finishes it off, and you're like, oh, great, Torment missed, but it's still in our net.
Yeah, when you pre-jump and someone hits it low, you feel like a fool. And Torment's really good at that as well.
Must-win game here for Cloud9. Their tournament life on the line. Dignitas have not been the team that people have been talking about as in being scared of. I think Frontline would rather play Dignitas next, and the winner will go on to play Frontline. And Garrett said he would rather play Dignitas, but after seeing this, maybe that's no longer the case. What are you thinking, Garrett? You're starting to reconsider.
I mean, I wouldn't take any of the 3 teams lightly at all.
Yeah.
I mean, I've said that in the past. Like, those 2 ended up playing flip side instead of Cloud9. So I think all 3 of these teams are going to be a really hard match for us, and even Frontline, I'm sure.
And didn't we see an identical goal
it was on the other corner?
Yeah.
Oh, Yukio just got a little bit too out of position with not enough boost. Great shot, though, by Squishy. I mean, that's just gone from the corner wall
field,
into the back net.
Yeah, so he has both corners covered now.
Great
ceiling's
shot.
next. He needs to go up high.
Yeah.
Like, no ball is safe. Sometimes you think, okay, that's a good clear to their back wall. We're good for now. Wait a minute, that's just going on target in our net. What happened?
Yeah, sometimes you don't want to clear it to the back wall because then it sets up opportunities like that. It's better to hit it low or roll it.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got some boost
Gonna
here.
stay with it.
He wants infinite touches. No landing.
If Torment was a little closer there, that could have been a goal. Or Squishy.
Yeah, I think Gimmick expected more support, and so he just didn't go for the immediate shot. He wanted to draw people out first.
It looked like he might have been trying to land on the ball and squash it between his car and the back wall, get a flip reset in the process, and then you can kind of manipulate it in some way, or at least get it to just drop down right in front of the goal.
Sometimes you can have it kick straight out in that situation, straight back.
Yeah, and really, I wouldn't call it much of a fail. I mean, C9 had 30 seconds of pressure there after that. So it wasn't a bad play, I'd say.
No, not at all.
I mean, they're still attacking, and I think Dig are going to be low on boost in a second.
And this was just after, they had, I think 20 shots last game. I think they did have 20 shots. So this is a good flip of the script for Cloud9, keeping the pressure on out of the gate.
That was a great play by Yukio. He had the option for a clear, but instead of doing that, he just baited him in.
I've really been liking that. They're being so controlled. Maybe Cloud9 are expecting Dig to come out of the gate, trying to be flashy and hit a bunch of stuff. And I mean, whenever Astral's had the ball alone in front of the box, he's opted to pick the ball low, go for fakes. He hasn't just shot the ball immediately. And Yukio in defense the same. He just kind of dribbles the ball, but controlled.
Minute and 25 seconds left. Could be going to another game 7 unless Dignitas can find a goal here. Cloud9 are looking a lot more prepared for what Dignitas have been doing. No infield passes yet connecting.
And this is what makes a consistent team consistent, is in these high pressure situations, these tough situations, they just find a way to win no matter what. Even if it's not pretty, they find a way to win.
Yeah, they've got Dig in the stranglehold right now. They got the early goal, and now they're just not allowing many chances for Dignitas, and it's really frustrating to be in this position, and they might even end up overcommitting for the tiebreaker unless... great save.
And Torment getting in the way of that one. That was a challenge there from Gimmick that sent that ball into a dangerous spot. Now,
That was smart, but Panda got it.
Almost working out for him.
Yeah, the only real thing he could do after he jumped that way was go for the mind game. So well played by Gimmick. He's playing his win condition right. Cloud9 also playing theirs right. They don't want to overcommit. They're trying to keep 2 people back at all times.
They just control the pace. Squishy's probably not going to boom it too early. He's just wasting time, big air dribble.
And now Gimmick's last back for a moment. That's going to buy some time.
They're going to have a hard time punishing, though, because the corner boosts keep getting taken by members of Cloud9. Infield
Good
pass.
infield.
Oh,
and Gimmick with the save.
It's great positioning by Gimmick. He had the whole goal covered pretty much. Dignitas still with a half a chance. This is going to be a tough one. They're both too far forward. That should be the game. Oh no, they're going to keep it up for now.
I
look at
thought
that leave
the
by
touch,
Astral.
Yukio.
Hold on a second. That's still alive by Panda.
Yukio's going to have to
Astral
be ready.
So this is going to drop, but Dignitas had a good try there. Thinking back, Garrett, you've got to be the best person to ask about keeping the ball up in 0 seconds and then getting a goal. Like, what really is the plan there? Is there a plan, or is it just let's just keep it up and see what happens?
Yeah, do you take it one step at a time, or are you thinking ahead?
There's not a plan. You're keeping the ball up, and you're hoping the other team misplays it, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're really hoping for a panic, too. It seemed like Cloud9 was pretty calm there with the 0 seconds. So
do you see sometimes that people tend to play that 0 second moment a little bit differently? So instead of maybe taking a little bit of time to go out and get boost, they tend to leave the boost, stay in net, try to prevent a shot that maybe gives more space? Or do you think people just kind of
I think you see so many of them because from the team trying to score, it's an all-in moment. It's kind of unexpected when 3 people on offense. It's
It's
really
like
chaotic.
pulling the goaltender in hockey.
Yeah, exactly. It's an all-in moment, and that's why I think it works out more often than you would think. So
Yeah.
it's a scary moment, especially if you're on defense trying to win the game. You just want to hit the
just
ground so
touch
bad.
the ground.
Yeah.
Touch the ground.
Well, this is a pretty good series. 3-3 Cloud9 Dignitas. Already a storied rivalry with different Dignitas roster, but now a brand new chapter with Astral.
Oh, you know this is big for Panda, right?
Oh, yeah.
Panda still here. He was on that legendary Dignitas team that almost had the perfect season. The perfect season was ended by this Cloud9 squad.
2 4-1 wins back-to-back. I mean, before that, Dignitas actually had a great record against Cloud9. They swept them at the previous World Championships. I believe they had other wins against them as well.
They had a great record against everyone.
Yeah, they did.
They were
True.
And
They
now
did.
the only member left from that legendary Dignitas squad
Oh.
is Panda. So this would feel good for him making the
really
roster
take him
moves.
back, you
Oh
know?
yeah, making the roster moves too, because that's something that Panda's never been afraid to do is surround himself with new faces and just work hard to try to get back to the top, because he's not satisfied with anything but winning.
Yeah, there are those players in the scene who have a lot of experience, and they pay attention to maybe players outside of the RLCS or their peers, and they really have a good vision for
Like
who has
Pashy,
potential.
like in the old days.
Right.
The Panda's going to really want to not only just get past Cloud9, who have had his number recently, but do better than Turbo, who's already waiting in the grand final. Because that's the rivalry everybody's looking at this weekend. Turbo's left Panda for NRG. Who's going to get the better side of that trade?
Well, I'd hope me.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit biased, but I'm hoping to have energy in that case.
It'd be a very interesting one if you guys can win it. That would be 7 unique winners for the last 7 Rocket League Major lands.
7-7.
Hey, you know our track record, Johnny. Don't jinx us.
How many of those grand finals were you in? Is it just the 2? The WSOE and most recent Valencia?
Of this year, yeah. It's
Of the
only
last
been 2.
6, just the 2?
I think we've been in 3 grand finals, I believe.
4. There was Gnarly
4.
2 and also World Finals of
Oh, that's right.
RLCS
That's
5.
right. Yeah, Gnarly 2 just got wiped. I don't even remember
Yeah.
that.
Well, let's see. There's already one
Good
more.
shot.
Dignitas and Cloud9 going to see who else is going to join you in it.
And good pressure from Cloud9. Gimmick getting the boost steal. He's going to try to keep this in. And Torment with a touch and a flick takes 2 defenders out. Not the greatest touch from Astral.
Gimmick's looking a lot more confident right now. You can tell just by the way he's moving his car. There's a real snap on his dodges.
Oh,
but
I thought that was
what a
insane.
save. Yukio. Huge plays. So all Cloud9 in offense.
defense?
Surely this is a goal. Oh my goodness.
That's
this might be
Torment's specialty.
They have 0 boost between them.
There's
But
no-
they're
no,
settling it up. What?
But they're so low. Dignitas was so low on
just a side
boost.
flip? What happened? Did he get bumped?
Wow. How,
I think he got Goomba'd. That's what it looked
Yeah.
like.
yeah. How is that not a goal? Cloud9 needs to calm down though. Like Garrett was saying earlier, they're one of the teams that after they feel like they should have scored, they're going to press and go for it again.
You know, Gimmick just ups it into
There
like
might
ninth gear
be-
after that.
Oh, they're really pushing for it, but they got to be so careful. Look how far
Yeah.
forward they are.
And you could see Torment creeping up, thinking maybe Squishy would let him go for it, but Squishy went for the second attempt. And it is like a shark with blood in the water with Cloud9.
Still Dignitas hold on, and
that's a
now they're
shot.
coming back.
Oh,
That's
what a
It's
shot.
going to go in.
That was a
Brilliant
banger.
strike by
He
Yukio.
reads the wall bounce and the floor bounce to time it perfectly.
And it looked like he called Astral off, too, because Astral was turning up the wall.
Yeah, and Panda as well was just there to kind of give Squishy something else to think about on the goal line. Well, how on earth are Dignitas winning this game after Cloud9 at about 10 solid seconds of the ball on the dig goal line?
And then
Light
we
pass?
saw Gimmick.
Oh.
Great.
Gimmick just bumped Torment. They bumped each other. But it was a good recovery.
I mean, are Cloud9 tilted right now by all those missed opportunities?
After that, I probably would be.
Yeah, I was going to
Yeah.
say I would. That's unfortunate. That sucks.
And it was Yukio
everyone
that got the
just-
save as well.
Everyone just flat-footed in net. You still
Yeah.
can't get it in.
Because the ball kept on bouncing so awkwardly as well. It kept hitting the crossbar and then kind of clearing itself. This is a chance for Cloud9 though. Good demo by Astral on the recovery. Minute and 14 left. Squishy. Oh, he gets a bit too far in front of it maybe. It's
I
still
think
alive.
it may have been a calculated back
Could have been.
pass.
I thought he was going to try and get a glancing blow on it maybe.
Oh, and now Gimmick trying to keep this ball in.
Just a minute left.
This is Cloud9 swarming again, but will they overcommit?
They're really not afraid to throw themselves into the fray.
Oh, that's so smart by Yukio. Time wasting. Slowing down the play while his teammates grab boost.
The double from Torgo.
So the winner of this is guaranteed top 3. Will play against Frontline in the loser finals. Cloud9 always make top 4 in majors, but they'd love to go further. I don't know if it's going to happen though. Astral hits the bar. Still alive for Cloud9.
That would have been the dagger.
They're just desperate right now. Gimmick just throwing himself in for absolutely anything. I don't know. Dignitas look like they're ready. And they're just waiting for this game to be over.
They really are shoring up their defense, especially in the midfield. They're ready for all of these kind of booms.
Yeah,
they
double
both jumped.
commit.
And C9 cannot, they can't afford to double commit during this time. They need everybody ready.
Yeah, it really
They're
does
gonna go
look
full
like
field with this.
they can still. There's a chance. It's a
Oh,
great
mix up.
pass, actually.
Oh.
Oh, great save by
Still
Astral.
dangerous.
Oh,
they
they
bumped each
bumped
other.
Oh no.
And wow, what
Wow.
an end to that when it seemed like Cloud9.
Save's so good. He's listening to Ariana Grande. He came and told us earlier, both of their series wins today have been with Ariana Grande
Dude.
playing. So there you go, the formula for success of your Astral.
Wow.
That's such something Justin would do too. Like, dude.
Wow.
And Yuki, to me though, that you give Yukio a nice back massage. You know, go get him a strawberry banana smoothie. You know, have him just chill and relax because he was the one who kept that shot out originally, that was coming in for the goal with Cloud9 that was denied.
And he scored this banger.
Yes.
To go in front.
And I love that because Astral was crawling up the wall. He might have been able to trick out the defense or trick him a little bit and have that ball bounce right out to Yukio, who just always putting hard shots in.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of like he let the wall do the infield pass for him. You know, he's like, Astral, you don't need to hit this.
It's going to bounce.
wall's
It's
gonna
It's
bounce
just going to
great.
bounce middle, and it's free. You know, all those infield passes kind of training him for that shot.
And now joining us
Astral.
on the mic, we have Astral. Astral, it looked like you were listening to some good music in there. It seems like you found it. Yeah, we saw that.
I mean, when you listen to this song, it's easy win.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, even that last game, it seemed like Cloud9 had you guys on the back foot. You guys were on the goal line. Tell us about those moments and how you guys were able to turn it
I
around.
was stressing a lot. And we had literally half of the game, no boost. We're like, okay, so let's clear it. No boost, no boost. And that was literally the only call during the games.
So Yukio told us after your previous win that he didn't really need to do much because you were just scoring and setting up goals.
Yeah, this game he did
But
my role.
This game,
Yeah.
what do you think about Yukio's performance?
He popped off. That's the only thing I can do. I can say.
That's really awesome to see. So going into the match against Frontline,
It's
are you
gonna-
looking forward to it?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Because we scream them a lot. I know how to play against Showset, of course.
Yeah. And
So-
Farah, I mean, you played with Chaussette and Farah a lot this weekend. Now you're going to
So-
play against them.
Yeah, we're just gonna fake challenge, I guess.
Fake challenge.
Yeah.
Well, now they know.
Don't tell them. Don't tell them.
It's fine.
You can see Panda. You know, just the front line's probably
No,
not
no,
watching.
listening.
We'll be okay.
If they've planned this and they actually planned to ball chase and this was all like just a setup,
It
I would
is.
be so impressed.
it's like they've been practicing for Mafia.
Mafia
Yeah,
mind
it's like
games.
Bluffs.
Mafia for Rocket
Bluffs.
League. Oh, that's great. So Astral, I mean, this is your first, opportunity with Dignitas to really go deep in a tournament. You guys one series away from a grand final. How's this helping your confidence out? Do you feel like you're just gelling right now?
I'm confident. We're gonna go to the final.
Yeah?
Scoreline with you guys in front line. What do you think?
4-2.
4-2.
We're 2, all right.
I was expecting a 4-0.
Yeah, I was kind of.
No.
So then if you do make the final, I mean, I don't want to take your attention away from the frontline series, but you've got a certain NRG waiting there for you. Is
Just
that a
one
rematch
question.
you would look forward to? Oh, sorry. Yeah, what's the
There
question?
is a bracket reset or no?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're gonna win.
You're going to win?
4-0 the first one.
Oh.
4-0.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay.
And after
Fair enough.
game 7.
Oh,
Game 7.
all right.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, man.
yeah.
Well, at least it's interesting.
That's not too dissimilar to the season
World
5.
Championship, yeah, I think it
4-1.
was 0-4.
goal.
I think it's one game off. That's
Yeah,
close.
yeah, very
I'm gonna
close.
do the 0-second goal.
You're
Don't worry.
gonna Are you going to let them equalize on 0 seconds like they did in season 5?
Yeah.
Just to keep it
Why
nice and
not?
interesting.
Just gonna be 3 in the net and wait.
Yeah.
Who's going to score in place of Turbo, though?
I don't know.
I said he
you got
would.
an answer
Yeah.
for everything.
Oh,
I expected
yeah,
that one, too.
But who are you? Okay, thinking back to the frontline games, of course, that is the challenge that is immediately in front of you. Who are you most afraid of? Is it Chaussette with the
Chaussette.
dribbles?
Chaussette.
It's
Chaussette.
definitely not Ferda with the airbus. Just want to confirm that.
No, show set.
No, Chaussette.
The
But
team
did
is
you
not
see-
frontline. The team is show set's team.
Wow. But I mean, I was watching the series earlier against G2, and it really looked like Fruity was popping
I
off.
didn't really look at it.
You didn't
Nah,
look?
Fruity's playing
if,
really well.
If you look back, yeah, Fruity
So-
was playing really well today, so you might
Yeah.
have to keep your eye on him as well.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one. Well, anyway, congratulations on your win. I'm, other people might start listening to the same music, so you should keep that a secret next time. Got to keep that intel safe.
No,
But-
I'm giving advice for the bad people, you know.
Okay. All right. Well, that works. But
You
anyway,
should try, Gareth.
Huh?
Oh,
Ooh.
roasted.
Nothing.
yeah, I mean,
Make the final. Make the final.
Okay.
Okay.
and then,
Oh,
this
wow.
is getting juicy.
I didn't know there was a rivalry
This
between
is
you guys, but
getting
now
I didn't either. Now I do.
That's why we come to Summit, is for these
Yeah.
brilliant rivalries that will just come to a head. But anyway, congratulations to Dignitas. We're going to go to a quick break, but when we come back, the lower final, Dignitas taking on Frontline. We'll see you after that.